The Sunnah prayers, and particularly these 12 Sunnah prayers, are also very important. Although it's not considered a sin if one doesn't offer these Sunnah prayers, if one really loves Allah, then they will follow the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and because he was so vigilant in these Sunnah prayers, one should also try to follow in his example and offer these prayers. And when one offers the prayer, one should not feel, I'm offering this prayer because I don't want Allah to punish me. Yes, that is one of the feelings one feels. I have to do my Isha prayer, I have to do my Maghrib prayer because it's a sin not to. And yes, one should feel that. But one should also feel a sense of gratitude to Allah when they pray. One should do these prayers because they look forward to praying. Okay? Because the prayer is actually a time when the believer becomes very close to Allah. Okay? And one should look forward to that special time that they have with Allah. Okay? The prayer is a direct communication with Allah, and throughout the day there should be this feeling amongst the believer that I'm looking forward to my next prayer because I will have a direct relationship with Allah. Okay, I will be praising Allah, I will be asking of Allah what I need, I will be glorifying Him, I will be pleasing Allah. So these should be the emotions that one feels when they pray. So one should not be trying just to do the minimum, which is the Farad prayers, but one should try to do these Sunnah prayers with devotion and seeking the pleasure of Allah. With respect to the Zohar prayer, there is a special circumstance on the Friday. The Friday is a very special day for Muslims. It is the celebration of the week. And the Friday prayers for men, okay, one is required, it's an obligation on men to attend the congregational prayer in the masjid during the time of Zohar. And this prayer is called the Jummah prayer on the Friday. And instead of 4 rakat, which are offered for Zohar on every other day of the week, the special circumstance on the Friday is that these 4 rakat are replaced by 2 sermons followed by 2 rakat in congregation. And when one goes to the Friday prayer and the sermon is ongoing, the sermon and the etiquettes that one normally adopts during the time of the Fard prayer, one should be silent, one should have their attention one should feel that they are standing in front of Allah, one should not talk to anybody. These are etiquettes of the prayer. These same etiquettes should be adopted during the time of the sermons. So when the 2 sermons are ongoing in the masjid during the time of Jummah, all of the rules that apply for the prayer, one should not talk, one should not look here, one should not look there, one should not be engaged in worldly activities, answering the phone, etc. All of these things apply also during the time of those 2 sermons. If one cannot offer the Jummah prayer in congregation, then one does not offer Jummah alone at home. Okay? Instead, they would offer Zohar. So if for whatever reason you're not praying the Jummah prayer with the congregation, you don't do 2 rakat Jummah. Instead, you do what you do regularly every other day of the week, which is to offer the 4 rakat Fard that you normally offer for Zohar. The congregational prayers are not, it's not an obligation on women to offer the congregational prayers in the masjid like it is for men. Nor is it an obligation for women to attend the Jummah prayer. Okay, but if they want to go, that is fine. The facilities are available for them to go to the masjid. There are special areas for women, and all of that is possible. But the obligation that applies to men, it's not the same. It's not the level of importance to offer that Jummah prayer in congregation for women. And part of the reasoning for this is often women are engaged in activities around the home, looking after the children. It may not be practically feasible for them to go. So if they want to go, that's fine. They're more than welcome to attend, but it's not an obligation for them. So these are the number of rakat. One thing you'll notice in the table is that after the Fajr prayer and after the Asr prayer, after the Fard has been prayed, there are no sunnahs. Okay, there's no sunnah prayer to be offered after the Fard prayer of Fajr or after the Fard prayer of Asr. Okay, after the other three prayers of the day, Zohr, Maghrib and Isha, okay, there are sunnah prayers that can be offered, but one should not offer sunnah prayers after Fajr and Asr. The one exception to this might be if one goes to the masjid to pray Fajr, and they arrive and the congregation has already begun, and they haven't prayed the sunnah prayers. They can join the congregation and pray the Fard prayer, and then the 2 rakat sunnah that were to be offered before the Fard can be offered after the Fard in that situation. But other than that, one should not pray additional prayers after the Fard of Fajr and Asr. There are also 3 timings during the day when prayer should not be offered. Okay, these 3 timings are the following: when the sun is rising. Okay, so the timing of sunrise. Okay, so a few minutes after that, approximately 3 minutes, one should not offer prayer there. The second timing is when the sun is at its highest point. Okay, which is the term that's used here is zawal. Okay. One should not offer prayer there for around 3 or 4 minutes. And the third timing is the time of sunset. Okay, again, around a few minutes there. So these 3 timings one should avoid offering prayers. And if you look at the timetable here, the timings I'm referring to, those 3 timings where one should avoid, are the time of sunrise, which is currently 7:22. The timing of zawal, or when the sun is at its highest, so this would be around 12:03. And the time of sunset, which is a couple of minutes before the time of Maghrib shown here. Okay, so that's all I had on the timings and the rakat for the prayer. So any questions on that?